Good morning, world. I've got people watching now on four continents. Pretty cool for me. I wanted to make a video this morning about why we fist bump. You are going to rarely see vagabonds or people on the street shaking hands. It is not something that we do for a couple of reasons. Uh, One of the main ones is that people are pretty gross, and that goes for people that aren't on the street as well. Any guy who's been in the bathroom, who's been in a public bathroom, knows a lot of guys don't wash their hands after touching their wee wee, and that's gross. It gets even worse though when people are on the street and not taking showers and doing God knows what. So it's pretty gross. The back of the hand is going to be cleaner. Probably not clean, but cleaner. So that's one reason. Uh, Another reason is that you definitely, if somebody is up to no good, and you don't always know, depending on where you're at and what you're doing and who you're around, there's a lot of people who are scheming on you. And giving someone your hand could be dangerous. Somebody can shake your hand and then take their other hand and punch you in the head. They've got your hand. Hope it's not your dominant hand. Uh, there's also the fact that you want to know who around you is a fighter. And one, it's to know who might be dangerous to you. But it's also kind of a way to know who is going to fight with you if somebody comes up and wants to rob you or whatever. Knowing that, you know, this guy Bob over here, he's got strong knuckles and he's not afraid to punch something like your strong knuckles. Gives you a little bit more confidence, or at least gives you maybe not confidence, but you've got like an idea. You know, it gives you maybe this guy's ready to go. And that's a real thing. Violence on the street is real. Uh, it can be real for people who aren't on the street too. I mean, it's not like there's not a ton of violence in the world for a lot of people. But on the street, it's definitely can be more immediate and can be more common, and you got to be ready for it. Uh, it doesn't happen all the time, uh, but it can cause problems, and it can definitely be a problem if you're not willing to fight. And that's a big reason why you see a lot of fighting amongst gangs, people on the street. You'll often see them fighting amongst themselves, and there's a good reason for that. And it's if you're going to work together with a group of people or be in a group of people, and you've got to worry about other people and other groups of people trying to take your stuff, trying to take your spot, or just lunatics. You want to know that the people around you are able and willing to fight. And I saw it in action, both the infighting and the camaraderie and the confidence that it brings when the group gets attacked. Um, I'll give you one example. This is a crazy story, but it's real. There's a guy uh, in a city, and I won't mention his name. And everyone who knows who I'm talking about, if any of my old friends know, they'll know who I'm talking about. But I'm sitting with one of my buddies, and we're talking, smoking a joint in the morning, and all of a sudden, another friend of ours, who's notorious, like internationally notorious for punching people, um, pretty justly. Like he's a pretty good dude. Like generally, the people he punched deserved it. Generally, he was somebody you want on your side, but he likes violence, and he wants to know that the people around him got to have his back and are capable of having his back, and so he will punch most of his friends at some point. So we're sitting there talking, and all of a sudden, our other friend, he had gotten into a fight with his girlfriend and was really angry and wanted to punch somebody. So he comes running around this fence, running at my buddy, saying, "I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry," and then just starts swinging on him. So next thing you know, these two are fighting, and they're going back and forth because they both like fighting, and they're rocking socking each other. These two tech bros they're walking down the trail, coming up on them. And they come running over, going, "Stop, stop, stop fighting!" So my two friends look at each other and just kind of smile, and then they both turn and start beating up the two tech bros who came up to tell them to stop fighting. So those guys both get knocked to the ground, and they don't know what the heck's going on. And then once they knocked those guys down, and I think they got up and took off running, and then they started fighting each other again, and fought for a while, and then they just stopped, and then sat down and smoked a joint and went about the day. But it's real. It's a real world. Not everywhere, not all the time, but it's real, and you got to be ready to get punched or punch somebody else. And fist bumping is a little tiny piece of that, but it's definitely important. And don't ever take it personally. I've had a lot of people seem to get offended that I don't want to shake their hand, but it is. There's reasons I don't, and it's a cultural thing, and it's also a self-preservation thing. I don't need your fungal infection or whatever you got going down on it in your pants, and you didn't wash your hands. I know that doesn't work in the business world, but this isn't the business world. This is a street. It's a different world. So that's all I got to say on that right now. Appreciate if you hit the buttons below, leave a comment, leave a question, call me names, tell me something. Thanks for tuning in, and God bless you. Be well.